In some unbelievably heartbreaking news, former Ring of Honor world champion and current Ring of Honor tag team champion Jay Briscoe has passed away at the age of 38. For those of you who may not have been as familiar with Jay's career, know that this man likely is going to go down as one of definitely the best tag team wrestlers, but also one of the most underrated singles acts, definitely of the 2010s and of this era. I again am trying to put into words exactly how I feel about this. We're all learning this right now as of this recording. Um, the news broke. For those of you who are wondering, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, this seems to be a case of a car accident. This is Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer tweeted out that Briscoe had passed away in a car accident in Laurel, Maryland on Tuesday afternoon. Two other people were killed in the crash as well. It also looks like Delaware State Police did confirm this unfortunate news. Other note is Tony Khan actually is the one who made the announcement. Says on Twitter, quote, sadly, excuse me if I mispronounce this, Jamin Pugh has passed away, known to fans as Jay Briscoe. He was a star in Ring of Honor for 20 years. From the first show until today, Jay and his brother Mark dominated Ring of Honor, reigning as the tag team champion, reigning as champions to this day. We'll do whatever we can to support his family. Rest in peace. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Especially if you are a wrestling fan who watched Ring of Honor, definitely in the 2010s, but even early on, the Briscoes were always there. They were always doing something. Like there was a reason why they were part of the first class in the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. It's because they were that damn good, and it is just tragic. He's 38-year-old champion passes away. And I'm sure there are going to be tributes. I'm sure that there's going to be some sort of there should be some sort of tribute by AEW tomorrow night on Dynamite. You would hope. I mean, I understand that Jay Briscoe may have did say some things that were abhorrent 10 years ago, but he has made every effort since then to go back on those words, apologize. He's partnered with Partners Against Hate, and it's I've always believed that if people are truly sorry and truly understand the gravity of what they say and those words, I think some of that can be reconciled and you can be redeemed in a certain way. So I mean, no one's perfect in that respect, right? But it doesn't. I don't think anyone would have wanted this. I don't think anyone could have even foreseen this. This is just sad. 38-year-old man does not just pass away. Obviously, it was a car accident, so it's an unfortunate part of life that we have to deal with, and that is tragedy. And I mean, just my thoughts. Again, very rough thoughts. I'll try to have something better more well put together. Excuse me. Later on, I just did want to talk about this and get some of this out to you. In 2013, I believe it was, when Jay Briscoe won the Ring of Honor World Championship, and he was doing the thing where he was, the fake, or not the fake, but he was like the real world champion. He was carrying around the other belt, and then they had the big unification match. I would watch like old tapes of Ring of Honor. I'd watch old clips of Ring of Honor, but that's when I started watching Ring of Honor TV like live, like whenever it was on, because it was always on like weird times, like Sundays at 2 p.m. during football or whatever. But I remember when he was doing that. I was always like, oh, this dude, like, I don't know what it is about this dude. He just seems cool. He just seems like, I don't know. There's something here that there's something here that resonates. And again, I'm the farthest thing from what Jay Briscoe was in his character. But I don't know. It was just the charisma. You could feel it. You could feel the charisma. You could feel the intensity every time he wrestled, every time he spoke. And I think it like a from a wrestling standpoint, one of the biggest unfortunate things of this, like obviously the biggest thing is the fact that a 38-year-old man is dead. Uh, that is above all the biggest tragedy in all of this. But from a wrestling standpoint, I mean, for me, it was always like I was always waiting for Jay Briscoe to get that like a mainstream singles run, whether it was in WWE, AEW, wherever, like mainstream singles run, because I knew he was always capable of it, and I love the stuff. Like literally, the past year has proven why it probably was the right decision not to do that, because he's had three of the best matches of the year. You could argue the top three matches of the year with FTR. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously we'll never know, but it is unfortunate. It is sad. And there really isn't much more that I can say. But our thoughts go out to Jay Briscoe's family, and everyone who has been affected by this horrible occurrence. And I cannot believe I'm saying this. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe.